Two legends, two murders, still unsolved to this day. And everybody's got a theory, but nobody's got the truth. Both dead before 30. So, what really happened? And we think we already know the story. The battle, the hip-hop battle between East Coast, West Coast. A rap beef that got too out of hand. Both rappers got shot while in a vehicle. The alleged, the propaganda. That's how they ended the story. Yet, two of hip-hop's biggest unsolved murder mysteries for 30 years now. Okay, but is that it? Nah, that's their version. The interpretations that keeps everybody else safe. But see, I did my research. Yeah, this topic is old, but never forgotten. So I'm talking about it. So, let's get into it. I'm Story Night, and this segment on my channel is fairly new, so I do ask, if you enjoy this type of content from me, please feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Coming up in that era, the late 90s, at least for me, like being in school, Tupac, Biggie, and the beef between them was like real big in hip-hop around that time. BET News, MTV VJs, radio personalities, the industry, all had their versions of the story of the beef between the two, the murders and whatnot. And see, I've always heard or whatever that, yes, Pac and Biggie, they were actually friends. And I can only assume it's true. But this is before the world turned them into enemies. Just real respect. So somebody explain to me, how do two dudes that close end up dead 6 months apart? And we're just supposed to accept beef got real as the whole answer. It's not even close. Let's rewind. Hip-hop in the early 90s is splitting in half. New York's got the birthright, the Bronx, the boom bap, the whole foundation of the culture. But the West Coast is coming up with something nobody can ignore. Dre, Snoop, that G-Funk sound taking over everywhere, and New York doesn't want to share the throne. So the tension's already brewing, before Pac and Big ever become the poster boys for it. Now stack two record labels on top of that. Death Row, out in LA. Suge Knight running it like his own kingdom. Bad Boy, out in New York. Puffy, Diddy, whichever you want to call him. He was building his empire. Two labels, both hungry, both fighting over the same money, the same charts, the same throne. In real talk, conflict sells. Drama? It sells records. Two labels going to war, with their two biggest stars as the face of it? That's not bad for business. That is the business. November 1994, Quad Studios in New York. Tupac walks in. Gets robbed. Shot 5 times. In the lobby. And upstairs, Biggie's in the building, recording, with Puff, that same night. Biggie and Puff always said the song they were working on wasn't even about Pac. Said it had already been recorded before the shooting even went down. Whether that's true or not, who knows? But Tupac didn't buy that. Not for a second. He believed Biggie and Puff knew that shooting was coming and let it happen, didn't warn him. Nobody's ever proven that. Not then, not now. But Tupac believed it in his soul. And once he believed it, that friendship was, it was done. And permanently. That one night in that lobby, that's what made everything fall apart. Pac gets close with Suge after that. Signs with Death Row, goes straight into the booth. 19 hours a day, they say. And that's when Hit 'Em Up drops. If you know, you know. That record is not subtle. He's naming Biggie, naming Puff, naming Mobb Deep, threats, out in the open, for the whole world to hear. Once that song's out, there's no coming back from it. Radio stations start picking sides, fans start picking sides, an entire genre split down the middle over two guys who were said used to be cool. September 96, Vegas. Tupac's hit in a drive-by dies days later. As of now, prosecutors have someone in custody. They say he orchestrated the unaliving of Tupac. 6 months later, March 97, LA, Biggie shot in Unalive 2. Unsolved to this day. 2 murders, 2 of the biggest names in the entire genre. Both cases still sitting open decades later. Think about that. Who benefited from the beef while they were still alive? Who benefited from an entire coast war that made headlines for years? Who sold more records because 2 friends turned into symbols of a war they didn't start? I'll let you sit with that question, because I think the answer says more about the industry than it does about either one of them. Everybody wants to make this a story about 2 rappers who hated each other. Or could it be a story about 2 young superstars who, got used as symbols for a coast war? Used to sell records for labels that profited off the chaos. Used long after they were gone, too. But who am I to say? Biggie said it himself in an interview after Tupac died. Said it was 2 individual people who had one beef, and somehow that turned into a whole coast hating a whole other coast. Said that messed with him. Said he wanted to be the one to end it, publicly, for good. He never got that chance. But just think about it. Couldn't you see that? See them maturing in the game some few years later? Even possibly being asked to do a verses or whatever way down the line. That would have been so dope. But, so the next time somebody tells you this is just some rap beef that got out of hand, tell them about the respect they at least once had for each other. The beef didn't start with them. It just ended with them. Thanks for watching.